Starting from the top, the client has hired the broker to represent them. So the client in that agency relationship is the principal and the broker is the agent of the client. But now let's stay in the middle with the broker. The broker has hired you to help them represent the client and the firm. So the broker is the principal who has employed you in that agency relationship. You're the agent. So we're throwing the word agency around here and agent and all of that. Here's what students get confused, and understandably so. In agency relationships, the broker is both an agent and a principal. And students say, well, I thought I was the agent. Well, you're an agent of your broker, but the broker is also an agent of their client. So just be aware of that. The broker is both an agent and a principal in the brokerage. They wear both those hats. And remember this, just as an aside, make a note of this. I know you get it in other parts of your curriculum there. The broker owns all contracts. When a listing or a buyer-broker agreement comes in from a seller or a buyer, who owns that contract? The broker owns the contract. And here's another confusing element in the early stages of your real estate career here. You as a salesperson went out and found a friend or a relative or somebody, one of your prospects you found through social media. And they want your brokerage and you to help them sell their house. So you went to somebody's house and they signed a listing agreement with the broker. And you sign it and you bring it back to the brokerage. Well, whose listing is that? That's the broker's listing. No question about it. That might show up later on in your career. You realize that if you ever get upset with a broker and you say, you know what, I don't like this brokerage anymore. I don't want to work with you anymore. I'm going to put my license with a different broker. So I'm leaving this brokerage and I'm taking my listings with me. Well, good luck with that. The broker's going to say, sorry to see you go, but they're not your listings. I don't care how hard you worked. That client didn't hire you to help them sell their house. They hired the broker to help them sell their house. And then your broker hired you. Since you went out and got that listing, you secured the listing, your broker says, good job. You're the listing agent. You get to work on that listing because you went and secured the agreement. But the broker owns the contract. Okay, never forget that. And also, in the agency relationships in a brokerage, the broker, once again, is both an agent and a principal.